Hello, my name is Nihad Al-Sharif. I'm a professional engineer and a senior IEEE member. Today, I have the pleasure to talk to you about codes and standards. But before I start, I would like to share my disclaimer with you. Although I'm honored to serve on different technical committees, including but not limited to the ones on the screen, I'm not talking on behalf of any of these organizations. What I'm going to share with you is my own opinion based on my experience and involvement with the electrical industry. My contact information is on the screen. Please feel free to reach out. Let's start. Module 5, Standards Development Process, Part 1. In this module, we're going to address where and how standards are developed. According to ISO IEEE Guide, Standardization and Related Activities General Vocabulary, a standard is a document established by consensus and approved by a recognized body that provides for a common and repeated use, rules, guidelines, or characteristics for activities or their results aimed at the achievement of the optimum degree of order in a given context. In this module, we're going to talk about the consensus process and how to achieve consensus. As you may know, consensus is hard to achieve because we have different interest groups and each group would have different drivers than the other. So it's very important that the development process would have some characteristics to guarantee consensus. Standards are developed using a well-established procedures based on openness. So the process must be open to everyone. Like you can exclude any interest group from having a say or participating in the standard. The process must be transparent. Again, transparency is very important. Whatever the work that the technical committee or working group is doing must be available and transparent to everyone, even if you're not involved in the process of developing the standard. The process must be balanced, so not one interest group can dominate the standard. So for example, if you have a manufacturer, then they can be more than 1/3 of the composition of the committee or the working group. This applies to user and other stakeholders that we'll be discussing shortly here. Due process. The process has to be fair. Like you can, and remember, we're doing all this to achieve consensus, because consensus is not easy to achieve. So due process means fairness. You have to give everyone an equal chance to participate and share their opinion. And finally, right of appeal. So after developing a standard and the technical committee agrees on the technical merits of the new proposals, someone could disagree with the decision that was made by the technical committee. So there must be an avenue provided for those who disagree with the technical committee to appeal by showing their technical reasons or justifications for not agreeing with the technical committee. So this image here could be a little bit of an exaggeration, but we have different interest groups in the same room, and they're trying to agree on something, which sometimes it's very challenging. But again, this all goes back to the consensus, the process of developing a standard. Some examples of stakeholders, and some standards would have all stakeholders will be sharing, or maybe a few of them. In general, we have the first interest group, stakeholder is the manufacturer, end users, installers, labor unions, research organizations, testing laboratories, enforcing authorities, and insurers. Before concluding this video, I would like to share some key points. Standards are developed using well-established procedures based on openness, transparency, balance, due process, and right of appeal. Thank you for watching, and please feel free to reach out if you have any questions.